and Merry Meet Witches. We are back again with another episode of the Amethyst Witches. And this week we're going to be talking about the recent controversy over on TikTok mostly, but and YouTube as well. And talking about Alex Reed's tarot going to Christianity, converting to Christianity.
Right. And she was a very popular TikTok star who
Mhm.
had millions of subscribers
Yes.
and an Etsy shop. If you're not familiar, we'll just do a little background on her. She's a young lady. She's been doing it for about 4 years. Mary, did you say 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, I think I read somewhere she started in 2021. So like
Right.
the COVID
Right.
period.
Around that time.
Yeah.
And anyway, she's taken everything off her channel. All her, even though for a year while she was deciding what she was going to do, she was still had the Etsy shop going and the channel going on TikTok. But now she has since made a proclamation that she is now a born again Christian and that she had been battling with this for over a year, deciding what to do, and that she sees tarot as bad and evil.
Yeah.
And so she had.
Did she actually say evil?
I don't know if she actually said evil, but
Okay.
I think that is implied.
Yes.
Yeah, it's for sure implied, even though it's full of Christian symbolism.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Yeah.
But anyway, she took all her videos off. Well, it does say in the Bible, in one of the older books of the New Old Testament, it says that anyone practicing divination is, considered a heretic. And, it does say that in astrology, and it goes on and on about stuff like that. But anyways, it is an old book written by a man.
Of course.
I thought it was curious that we're talking about women who have gone from New Age into Christianity. But Christianity, not that there's anything wrong with it, really, but the type of Christianity they're going into, this Pentecostal, far right version, this is very patriarchal.
Yes.
And, just before we did this video, I thought, I wonder if there's any books in the Bible that were written by women. Not a one.
Of course not.
And, people say, oh, it's the word of God. Well, hey, it's the word of men. That's what it is. It's the word of men.
Absolutely.
Right? And I'm not a man hater. I love men. But this is a patriarchal control over women.
Mm-hmm.
And so people like Alex Reed's Tarot and Doreen Virtue, and there's been others, they're just completely succumbing to this patriarchal religion.
Yeah. It's really sad to see.
It is sad to see.
And the community, it was more the response of the community that I thought was interesting. Like, people either said, oh, she can do whatever she wants to do. Sure. She can follow her own way.
She can. All free to follow our own way.
Absolutely. And then other people were really angry about it. So it seemed to be a spectrum of reactions as far as, how they felt about it. And it's kind of exploded very much the way Doreen Virtue did. And just because I remember the Doreen Virtue.
Right. So we should talk debacle about who Doreen Virtue is in case our listeners don't know who Doreen Virtue is.
Yes. So in, I would say, the 2010s era of YouTube, she was on one of the very first tarot and oracle readers that was on YouTube. And she was huge. She's like much bigger than this Alex Reed's tarot reader.
Oh, yeah.
She wrote books, several books, card decks. God, there must have been 30 different card decks.
Yeah.
At least.
Oh, yeah.
If you think of like the term angel numbers, that actually came from Doreen Virtue.
Oh, really?
She may not have invented it, but she's certainly the one that everybody thinks of when you think of angel numbers because she wrote books about it and talked about it constantly. So yeah, she was massive, like festivals, appeared on the Oprah Winfrey Show. Like, we're talking big numbers. And I would look for her like every week because I liked her aesthetic, I guess. She would sit in the garden and she'd have all her little animals because she lived on a farm. And so she'd have goats and like bunnies or whatever around her that day, her dogs or whatever. Like, it was idyllic, right?
Yeah.
And she wore these beautiful flowy dresses.
She was very pretty.
She looked like a princess sitting in a garden with all her animals. Like, and then they have like these little butterflies that were coming in on her video, or berries or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I would watch her every week. And I just started to notice that she started changing a little. And then all of a sudden she introduced like a Jesus card deck. And I was like, well, severe.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden there was the flick. And I think that was in 2017. She not only said she was converting to Christianity, but said her decks were evil.
Right. So she did say that.
That was Doreen Virtue.
Okay.
She went full, like, her decks were evil. You should burn them.
But the crazy thing was she was talking about angels. Oh, yeah. Which are part of the heavenly kingdom of God, right? Apparently, according to Christianity. But that was evil too, because she said, oh no, they were fallen angels. Right? Did she say that? Oh yeah, she said that these weren't like the demons were the fallen angels.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that. She was on her social media burning her books, burning her cards. She burned a letter that she got from Oprah when she went on her show in the 80s. And all I could think was, wow, that's like witchcraft right there. Like,
Right?
burning everything that no longer suits you.
Yeah. Right. A releasing spell
is very much witchcraft. Yeah. So
it's really sad, I feel, because, I feel like these people aren't really fooling anyone because they're just rebranding themselves.
Yeah.
And going on a trend that's popular right now in America and probably in other places, even in Canada and UK as well, is sort of Christian overtaking that, people are having right now. Everyone thinks it's the apocalypse and we're in the book of Revelation and, pretty soon we're all going to get the mark of the beast. And so everyone wants to be on the right side of God because nobody wants to go to hell. But here's the crazy thing. There is no hell, right?
Ozzy Bear.
And all the heaven and hell and even the revelation, these are all states of mind within ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy when people think, like all these businesses and things that they call themselves Christian, but they don't care about the earth. They don't care about the earth because they're just worried about what's going to happen when they die. They want to make sure they go to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really sad because heaven is right here on earth and hell is here on earth too for people who are having a hard time, and I don't know what people think is going to happen to them when they die. But first of all, nobody knows. Nobody knows. There is not one person in this world that can tell you definitively what happens when we die. Sure, people have had near-death experiences and they've had visions and they've had, it's lovely to believe that there's an afterlife, but we really just don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
We really don't know.
There's a lot of brainwashing in this Pentecostal alt-right Christian ideology. And I'm not saying Christianity in itself is bad.
No.
And you know what? There are witches who are Christian.
Absolutely.
Right? And so there's nothing wrong with the religion itself. Just like there's nothing wrong with any other religion. But it's how it's being interpreted.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're against abortion. They're against gays. They're against trans people. They're against all these things. And it's like, holy man. We're all just rays of the divine light of God.
Yeah.
Okay? And so to hate on any other person, you're really just hating yourself.
Yes. And I think it's a lot of projection.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
And this Alex Reese Tarot, like I watched her, proclamation about how she's now Christian and all that. And she was it seemed sincere.
Mm-hmm.
It did seem sincere.
I think she seemed that way the whole time. I think that's why she was as popular.
Right.
as she was. I didn't follow her. I don't think you did.
No, I just heard about her since this whole thing's blown up.
So we're just hearing about this girl just because of, the backlash.
I will say it seemed sincere, but also my intuition was just telling me that she's just telling people what they want to hear.
Yes.
She's really giving lip service, and she's being very careful about what she's saying, because she wants to capitalize and rebrand herself in this new alt-right Christian thing. And, isn't she now doing gospel readings and being out? She's now like an expert on the Bible and all these things. And she just converted.
Yeah.
How's she an expert already?
Now she's teaching.
How is she an expert on tarot after only 4 years, Mary?
Yes.
You and I have been doing this for over, 40 years now?
Yeah.
And we're still learning. I mean, we're pretty good at it, but, all the same.
You constantly keep learning and growing. My thought is that she probably picked it up during COVID,
Right.
learned everything she could about tarot,
Right.
decided to hop on TikTok, and for some reason she became famous with it. And that's the, who knows who's gonna be famous and not be famous.
Right.
It's just luck.
Yeah.
And maybe she didn't think it through that, okay, is this what I want to do for the rest of my life, when it's just sort of a hobby I picked up during COVID?
Yeah. But she started to make money, right?
Yes.
Money. It all comes down to money. Like, think about the millions of dollars Doreen Virtue has made.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Like, even if she burns all her decks, it doesn't matter now. Now she's still getting royalties from them all.
Oh, yeah.
And, she still made her millions and millions of dollars while those decks were in stores and being sold.
Not to mention, like, the artist that used to work with her constantly, that ruined his career.
Right.
Right? Because now I'm sure he's gone on to do other decks, but he was associated with her decks,
Right.
The publishing,
Well, she was Hay House.
Hay House, right? There are a lot of new age, right?
They'll probably publish her Christian stuff too.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
I know they've got a new lady that does fairies and that sort of thing now, like a new version of Doreen Virtue, but she seems more like she's the real thing kind of thing. So it does make you wonder, was Doreen being fake that whole time for 30-some years?
I'm sorry, but I think she's a fake. I really do. And I think that she's still a fake, but now has a different mask and is the Christian. All right.
Because listen to what I said before. She was like the stereotype of what you would think of a new age, oracle reader would be. Sitting in a park with in a garden with animals and the pretty dress, and like she lived that part. And then if you see these newer videos, she looks very plain.
Yeah, no makeup, like completely plain and wholesome.
Yes, like, okay, I've taken this image of what a Christian should look like,
right?
And
I'm going to 100%. Yeah.
The clothes were different. She was just wearing like a shirt and jeans.
Yeah,
everything was different.
And the crazy thing is, like, people are free to believe what they want to believe, right? And Doreen Virtue and Amethyst Tarot, they're free to be Christians if they want to. But to turn around and say that all this stuff in the past is evil and bad and burn it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's quite another, that's a jump.
Yeah.
And, we shouldn't say, oh, Amethyst Tarot is innocent of that. Well, her account was still there the last time I looked. I don't know as of, in the future she's going to delete it or whatever. When I looked last, it was still there with 2 videos up.
Yeah.
So she still has like all the algorithm that account would have garnered, right? Doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, it would make people, if they were interested in Christianity, go and look for her new account.
Yes. Well, that's the thing too. Even the fact that she had so many millions of followers and everything, people will want to see what's she up to now.
Yeah.
Right. And so she's going to be high in the algorithm for this Christian, subject now is trend.
Yeah.
Right.
It does make you wonder if we're heading into a satanic panic 2.0,
Right. I think we are.
because we're heading into, we've got the new American Horror Story coming out with the another season of The Coven. And we've got Practical Magic 2.
I'm glad.
That was really out there.
I wonder if Stevie Nicks is going to be up like then.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's gonna like you're gonna find all sorts of new brooms, joining.
Right.
But it also might create more chaos around the satanic panic part of it.
Right.
So,
Well, there's another witch on YouTube, Kellyanne Maddox, who
oh yeah,
she exposes a lot of these people on TikTok
does she?
who have or were ex-witches who are now Christians and saying how everything they did was bad and evil. But here's the thing. Like, is it bad and evil to, study herbalism? Is it bad and evil to do spell work, which is really prayers for other people and for yourself? Is it bad and evil to worship the earth and nature? Right? Like, so this idea that what we do is something evil is wrong from the get-go.
Yeah.
And people need to get that idea out of their heads, right?
Such an old-fashioned.
You don't worship Satan. We don't, sacrifice babies and all this baby shit that they think we do. It's like, wow, that's just nuts.
Where did that come from?
Yeah. We're simply nature worshipers. That's it. We worship the moon and the sun and, we're children of the earth, right? So it's crazy. It's just craziness.
Yeah. I don't know where we're headed with all of this. So it was just a bad sign to see. And I think it happened in a significant astrological point too.
I wonder about that.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that would be interesting to look into the astrology of when this happened. If there was any parallels to Doreen Virtue's coming out as a Christian.
Oh, that's a good point.
Right?
Yeah.
I wonder if it was some sort of like Mercury retrograde or some kind of, strange thing that was going on in the skies.
Yeah.
Of course, we should, it's evil for us to admit. Astrology is also
That's evil.
Yeah.
All of nature is evil. It also made me think of,
including Doreen Virtue's goats.
no.
Oh my God. That's so funny. Yeah.
It made me think about also Anne Rice.
Oh,
Because Anne,
I love Anne Rice.
I know. She's amazing. Anne Rice.
She didn't come out as a Christian, did she?
Yes, she did. Bishop, you're right. Yeah. Oh, come on. Yep. She had written her vampire books, and I don't know what happened, but maybe she just got sucked into that world, and ended up coming out as like born again Christian.
Wow.
Yeah, this was a long time ago, so maybe people don't think about this. Pre-internet, right? So the vampire books turned into Christianity books for a little while, but she kind of found her way back to herself. Yeah, I think she ended up leaving that church. I think she kept some of what she learned doing the church, but and brought it into the writing, but not to the degree of what those books were when she was in that time period. So yeah, if you look at my shelf back here, even I've got a bunch of Anne Rice. I both Anne Rice.
Yeah.
But I don't have any of those Christian books. Yeah.
They're not quite as interesting as the vampire.
No, I have the witch ones and the vampire ones. So.
Well, I don't know. What do you think about all this? To our viewers, have you, watched some of these videos from Alex Reed's Tarot or Doreen Virtue? And if you know a little bit about the story, what are your views about all this?
Yeah. Did you watch her? Tell us what your experience was with that.
Yeah. And do you feel like she's just somebody who's capitalizing on a different trend?
Yeah.
Right? She was in this one trend and now she's made all her money off that. Now she's flipping it to another trend.
And she's probably going to make a heck more money.
She'll probably be on talk shows and everything. Oh yeah, because she was so famous on TikTok, right?
Probably going to write books and
Oh, she'll write books.
she'll make whatever
Yeah,
in the Christian world.
right. So all you Christians, watch out. These girls are after your money, right? They took it all from the New Age community, and now they're coming for you.
Yeah. And we should mention that. Why is there such a prevalent new age to born again Christian pipeline? What is that about?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we were saying there's not many witches who go
No,
over.
no. It's not much going the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You might find a few.
Well, there's you on TikTok, obviously, that Kellyanne Maddox has exposed. The young girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before they found their way kind of thing. Like, not very many. Like, yeah, you don't see it going the other way. You see it more like the new age people. And I think it might be because that community, it maybe there just isn't as much community as you'd find
Like you would
in person, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah. And I wonder if they convert because they want to find community. You can always find a church on every corner.
That's true.
To go to. Good luck finding a coven.
It's hard. That's hard. You can find it, but it's
You
hard.
can.
Yeah.
It used to be easier. You used to be able to go to Witch Box and look it up.
Yeah.
See who was in your area.
That's right.
But that doesn't, I don't think that exists anymore. But yeah, it's much harder to find. I mean, we're lucky where we are.
We are. Yeah. But if you live in rural area,
Yeah.
way out in the boonies somewhere, it might be hard to
It'd
find.
be really hard to find.
Yeah.
So,
And some people are just saying they're not going to discuss it with people. They're not going to talk about it, about their practice or what they do, and with people who aren't in it,
mhm.
the subject is closed
Yeah.
because they're afraid of being, thought of as evil, or left out of their families or friend groups or whatever if they say what they're into.
Oh, yeah.
And that's really sad, because like we were saying in the beginning of this video, like we're all free. We're free agents. We're free to choose what we believe, what we love. There should be no one saying you can't do this, you can't do that. This is evil. This is good. It's up to the individual.
Right.
It really is.
I mean, talk about dark energy.
Yeah. And all the judgment and all the shame,
Yeah.
like, come on.
That's dark energy right there.
The bottom line is, we're here to love, and, we're here to enjoy this beautiful life that we've been given. And we're here to enjoy nature, and that's it. It's simple. And whatever happens after this life, well, it's going to be a surprise. Right?
Yep. We don't know.
We're not taking an insurance policy out on going to heaven. And that's what these people are doing. Right?
Stairway heaven, right?
Right?
Yeah, she's behind your stairway heaven.
That's right. Led Zeppelin, they were ahead of their time on that song, weren't they? They were my favorite. They were. Yeah.
Well,
I guess that wraps it up.
leave us a comment on your thoughts. Think it through some more. And
Yeah, we might do another video on this in the future, because I'd like to see what's going to happen with this Alex Reese girl.
I'll see what happens.
Where she's going to go with this. Yeah. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching. And yeah, please let us know your thoughts on this subject. And yeah.
Well, blessed be.
Blessed be.
See you next time.